Want to Practice.
Cool. Thank you. So my name is Sam Reddy, and I'm the founder of I Want to Practice. And basically, we're a cloud-based lesson management and practice software. So that. So basically what we do is we try to alleviate some of the stress that teachers will have when they're teaching music lessons. A lot of it comes down to organizing lessons, scheduling, billing, invoicing, all of that kind of stuff. But then there's a big focus in student practice organization. So a lot of teachers will complain that their students just don't practice, which is mostly, I believe, to do with the fact that they don't really know what to practice or how much to be practicing. And it can get very overwhelming because there's a lot that you can be working on. So basically they say that 10,000 hours is the way of becoming an expert in something, but that's a lot of hours. And you're gonna need some way of organizing that time and something to help you organize that time. So currently what we have for teachers and students is a situation where most of the work that you are doing is actually still paper and pen, which nowadays is quite out of date. I was studying at Berkeley, and while I was there, we realized that they're also still doing a lot of like paper pen based lesson structures where they don't know exactly what you're working on because there's no way of seeing what you're doing outside of the classroom. The lesson notes are all just hand scribbled and you can lose them because it's just on a piece of paper. You've got to run out and photocopy things. People lose their material. It's all these little things that pretty solvable if you just digitize it all. So that's basically what we've done. Now, we see that the benefits for the students are that they'll be able to have an organized way of building, creating, and tracking practice progress. This is done by, go into the system, you choose what you want to work on, and then the software will build a practice routine for you, sort of like a gym fitness app would, and then it'll track all your progress, how much you're working, what you're working on, and provide you the feedback in graphs and charts like you would expect. If you have a teacher, this can be linked together. So the teacher can use it for, like I said before, notes and file sharing and tracking students' progress and billing and invoicing and creating schedules and any of that kind of stuff they need to do. And now they, as a teacher, they don't have to be using 10 different apps for one thing. You don't need your Dropbox and your email and your, your handwritten notes and your photocopies, and it gets really hectic really quickly. And this works great for both college situations where the students are required to practice. It's part of your curriculum. You need to practice. So now the teachers can actually see whether or not you're actually practicing. With the students or private lessons, it allows the teachers to manage everything in one place. A lot of these people are just music teachers. They don't know too much about how to organize their billing and invoicing and all of that kind of stuff. So that's what we help them do. So I'll do a quick little demo. Now I too use Macs, so I haven't used a PC since they still had Minesweeper. Cool, so I just gotta sign in real quick. Basically what we have is a system that allows this, the students to, hold on one sec, I'm just gonna. So the students can go in and choose what they need to work on and create these practice routines. So simply what you're doing is, this is cool. You're choosing based on categories. Now, a lot of people ask me whether or not like this listens to you play. And unfortunately it doesn't, but that's also because it's not really possible yet. What we do is we want to have a platform that allows anyone with any instrument to practice anything. We don't want to dictate what you should be practicing. If you have a teacher, they'll do that for you. If you don't have a teacher, YouTube has about 1 billion videos on stuff to practice. This is a content organizer. So what you would do is say we want to learn some guitar stuff. We go into guitar and we can choose from our 2 types of schedules. Now I always go with flexible because it allows you to change how long the schedule is just on the fly. Whereas a fixed schedule, you have to follow exactly what you've put in right now. So let's say for a flexible schedule, we would go in and say, okay, I want to practice, say I'm an intermediate. Now these are some categories that we've suggested that you might want to work on. Now you can edit the descriptions of these categories, you can add your own, you can add from our library of a couple thousand. There's really anything up to you. But what you're doing is you're choosing the importance of each of these categories to you. So you might say that some of these are important, some of these you don't need at all. And I understand if you don't know what these categories are, it's specific music stuff. But you can put anything you want. Then when you actually, then you create the schedule. So the software is creating a schedule based on those preferences that we've selected. Now, when you go into actually practice with the flexible schedule, you choose how long you'd want to practice for. So let's say we want to do 4 hours. Now the software has rendered what we just selected into a 4-hour schedule. Now you can do this as many times as you want, however long you want. It's pretty flexible. In here, you can add your goals, your files, any resources, material that you might be working on is all just uploaded directly into here. So you might be working on this thing. So you can open this up right inside the window, you can start practicing, and you have tools right at your fingertips. So now you've got a metronome, so you can keep track. You hit play, and it's now tracking that we're going to be doing this for an hour and a half. At the end of an hour and a half, the bell rings, moves you on to the next thing. It helps you focus on one thing at a time. It's all about, really taking away all the other distractions and allowing you just to focus on the actual practice. All of this data is aggregated into fun little charts and graphs and everything, and then your teacher can check up on you to see if you're actually practicing, if you have a teacher. If you don't have a teacher, that's fine, you can still just use this for yourself and get the best out of it. Yeah?
So one question is, so you said you want to avoid all the distractions.
Yeah.
So it's something like a Pomodoro technique where you don't check anything else, just focus on this task. But it is a browser-based app. Are you disabling all the other browser notifications?
No, we don't.
Notification.
We don't disable your access to other things because you might. You might want to be. We just don't do that. It's not really something I ever really thought about trying. I feel like that if you want to be distracted, you can just open Facebook and turn this off and go watch TV or something. And that's kind of up to you. This allows you, once you're in here, you're a lot less likely to leave because you're right here working on something.
I'm sorry, just a continuation on that. So you can, as a feedback, you can have a do not disturb feature that disables everything in the browser, just focuses on this.
Okay, yeah, that would.
I see you create a lot of categories. I can create my own, for example, if I want to learn a programming language, can I do that? Is it only for music? Right now it is specifically a music app, but that doesn't mean that that's the only thing you can do. I have some friends that use this for homework. They'll go in, they'll put in the assignments they have, they'll put in which ones are most important to get done now, and it will render them a schedule, and they'll use it as a homework manager. We're fully aware that this could work. Homework, sports, there's tons of different markets. The reason we started in music is that's just what I know, because I was at Berkeley, and that's just kind of where it all came from.
What's your financial model? How do you get paid?
Yep, so students or any musician who just want to try this out, there's a free version and a premium version. The premium is $7 a month. The teacher version is $15 a month, and the school version is $15 a month plus $5 per teacher. When a teacher signs up, they automatically sign up all their students for the free accounts, and then those students have the option to upgrade if they want to.
You might talk about the product enhancements that come as a result of having that premium account.
Yeah, sure. So file uploads. If you don't have a premium account, you can receive files from your teacher, but you can't upload your own. Goals, you can't input your own goals and track their progress. You only get one page of analytics where in the pro version you get 4 or 5 pages. You get text message alerts for lessons and practice sessions that you might schedule throughout the week. You can use unlimited schedules and unlimited instruments instead of just one at a time. And I think there's a couple more little things. Cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. What's up?
Yeah, hand him that mic.